I thought they did like a fair enough job, but I don't know that I felt like it was enough to be like a leg of my business or a pillar of my business. I think if I was talking to someone about it, I would tell them that, again, the mature processes are a really big thing for me. So we all like to go out and make money, and not having to chase down people to do that. They do a good job of making sure that you're seeing all of the appointments and just making sure that everyone is on the same page. Two signed listing agreements, knowing that I probably have another 1 to 2 in my pipeline in 90 days. That's just going to continue to compound on top of itself. Don't let like a small upfront cost, or don't let an upfront cost stop you from being able to go through and realize your full potential. Act as though it's impossible to fail.
Hello everyone, this is Ryan Calcatia, co-founder of Consistent Listings, and in this interview, I'm interviewing another one of our successful clients, Allison Hart, who was able to go from having a extremely heavy reliant referral business to now having a system which allows for consistent flow of listings through YouTube ads. And they've joined me today, and we're going to talk about exactly how we managed to implement that for her. So Allison, give the guys a little bit of a intro, what market you serve, how long you've been in business, all that nice stuff.
Sure. My name is Allison Hart. I work in the Des Moines and Ankeny, Iowa markets. And yeah, I just started with Consistent Listings. I think I'm right at my 90 days and have had a lot of success with them so far. So I've been extremely pleased.
Perfect. Before joining the program, Allison, were you more like buyer heavy, seller heavy, or a bit of like a 50-50?
I was a 50-50 prior to.
50-50. Would you say you're still a 50-50?
Probably, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm probably still about a 50-50, but it has been substantial in helping me on the listing side of the business and just making sure that I am maintaining that across the board. So yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm sure most people watching this video have like heard a little bit about us. They're getting a bit curious, so they've clicked on the video like this. So to share how you were in that position, when you first heard about us, how were you feeling? Like what were the emotions going through your head?
So I had actually worked with another company prior to, and I thought they did like a fair enough job, but I don't know that I felt like it was enough to be like a leg of my business or a pillar of my business. And so I knew that I was going to make a transition, and I got a call from Consistent Listings. It was really good timing because I was already kind of thinking about it. And I could tell that they were just so much more mature in their processes. The way that they're able to guarantee listings before the 90 days, I think is huge. They had a lot of confidence in their product and their abilities to be able to get you that business. And I ended up with 2 signed listing contracts within the first 90 days. So they definitely delivered on that promise. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work with them for sure.
Perfect. So just, I guess we can dive straight into the numbers. So you've got 2 listings with us. For the guys watching, we obviously book, set, and qualify your appointment. Over the 90 days, how many appointments have you had with us?
I think I've had, it's either 6 or 7 listing appointments so far. I have 2 signed contracts. I have another 2 people that I think are probably going to sign here within the next, my guess would be like 60 days. So yeah, those have shaken out really, really well for me.
Perfect. And in terms of joining Consistent Listings and being a client of ours, why choose us over all the other companies out there? I know you had a bit of experience of marketing before,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
why go back into YouTube? Why put your chips in this department?
Um, I think if I was talking to someone about it, I would tell them that, again, the mature processes are a really big thing for me. So they have like a Slack that you're set up on. It's like a group chat. So everyone is always all on the same page. You can get resources and support very, very easy. So that's extremely helpful. But then again, just the guarantee of the listing appointments. At the end of the day, we are all out here to make money, and go with the service that is willing to give you a guarantee like that, because they had an immense amount of confidence. And I know from being in a sales profession myself that when you have that confidence, there's a reason for it. So
Amazing stuff. Yeah, I guess it's like likewise, when you go to a listing or you're confident about selling someone's home, you have that confidence about you as well.
yep,
It's just like
yep,
a mirror.
yeah.
Perfect. Cool. And in terms about the program itself, what about it did you love the most? Like, what was your favorite part about it?
Just the listing appointments.
The
Again,
listing.
back to the dollar signs, right? Like we all like to go out and make money and not having to chase down people to do that and just having people who are reaching out and connecting and then you just show up after they've already seen your face is a great way to be doing business for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, when you go to interact with these like homeowners, right? I remember you were telling me you spoke to one person who just had no like other realtors in their mind, just saw their eyes on
Hmm.
you, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
What
absolutely.
what was that like?
I think a lot of the people that you connect with are just folks who you were hitting at the right time. So they're seeing your advertising when it's already kind of crossing their mind. And I think too, it's people who don't have a pre-established relationship with someone else because if you did, or if it was strong, at least you'd be reaching back out to that person. So I do think a lot of the people who are connecting are people who are just looking for the resource. They come in, they're willing, ready, and able to go, which is exactly what you want.
Yeah, and my favorite part about that thing, which I bang on about on every one of these interviews, is like you get the listing from a homeowner you didn't know before, and then now they enter
Mhm.
your sphere, and then you
Mhm.
get deals out of them in the long run, right? And
Yeah.
you don't know where that
Yep.
can take you. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing, especially if you're powerful or good at like nurturing your sphere and making use
Yep.
of that, which I'm
Yep.
sure you.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Perfect. Perfect stuff. So you've seen the ISA, you love the listing appointments. In terms of like customer service, because it's funny because a lot of companies out there don't have great customer service. How have you found our customer service?
I think the customer service is really good. I think that they do a good job of making sure that you're seeing all of the appointments and just making sure that everyone is on the same page. If I ever have questions about anything, I can get on our group chat and put everything there and there's multiple people on that so they're always answering questions and making sure that I have everything that I need. So yeah, I've had no qualms about that. I think it's great.
That's amazing. You were telling me a story about, I think Gabriel over the weekend. Well,
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
for the guys to
Yeah.
hear. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So it was over the weekend. Usually I have my group chat running in the background and during the working hours and workday. And for whatever reason, it was over the weekend. I didn't see it on my phone. And Gabriel tried calling me on Monday. And then I think, texted me when he wasn't able to get a hold of me and was pretty much like, hey, I just want to make sure you saw this lead come through on the Slack. And I really, really appreciate that. It's really easy sometimes for things like that to slip through the cracks and to just have an extra set of eyes that is looking at that kind of stuff and making sure that it's good to go and that I'm going to connect with them. We're going to confirm appointment times. That's awesome.
Yeah, we can book the appointments, right? We have to make sure that obviously, yeah, the appointment goes well. You go to the appointment and stuff like that. So it's great having we want to be in your corner, so to speak.
Hmm.
We're not
Yep.
just gonna set the appointment and hope that you catch it and hope that you
Hmm.
go. We want to give you everything, right?
Hmm.
Make
Yeah.
it make it as hard as possible for you to miss it.
Yeah,
So
for
yeah,
sure.
perfect, perfect, cool. Well, just to wrap things up then, Alison, in terms of this like process, this program, if you haven't implemented this today, obviously, we were talking about before you had some systems going, so you weren't like zero. It's not a zero to hero story. But if you hadn't implemented this program, where do you think you would be?
Um, I mean, it's really easy to just say less the two listings, right? But I do think that it is going to be something that it seems like it just kind of continues to run for you in the background. And I think that's the best part of the platform or part of the program is that you're not having to, it's one of those systems, and these are my favorite types, it's set it and forget it. Like you do the videos and you take care of them and you set it and forget it. And then all of a sudden you're just getting those leads coming in. I will say earlier on in my career, I felt like there was a lot of chasing or there was a lot of like the cold calling and stuff like that. And those are still great things that you should probably do, right? We all should.
Of
But
course.
to be able to have something running in the background and then just all of a sudden pop up and be like, oh, hey, you've got a listing appointment. I think that's great. You know, you go out, you show up, and you're going to have success. It's just that's half the battle. You might not win every single one of them, but you are absolutely going to have listings that come from that. And I just look at it and I'm like, if I can get, you know, two signed listing agreements knowing that I probably have another 1 to 2 in my pipeline in 90 days, that's just going to continue to compound on top of itself. And then all of a sudden you get to the end of your quarters and maybe you ended up with, between 8 and 10 listings that you got from consistent listings, which I can't hate on it, right?
You can't hate on it. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great stuff. Great stuff. And you kind of hit the nail on the head there. I was going to ask you, if there was someone watching right now, someone in your position before joining the program, and they're on the fence about booking, you kind of hit the nail on the head with what you'd say to them. But if there is
Mhm.
anything specific you'd say to that person, for them to like just jump on a call, speak with the team about joining the program, what would you say to them?
Um, I would say that for a lot of years in real estate, I was like overtly like frugal and like did not want to spend money on marketing. And I think it was only to my detriment. I wish if I could go back and do some things over again, I would have started being more serious about my ad spend sooner and would have done something like this sooner. And it's not just you guys. You guys are like absolutely like a very substantial piece of that puzzle, right? But don't let like a small upfront cost or don't let an upfront cost stop you from being able to go through and realize your full potential. I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, it's just not that serious. Just try it. Like, and with anything in business, just try it, and you will blow your own mind if you just try something and act as though it's impossible to fail. Give it a go. See what happens. You're not going to be disappointed by it.
That's some really solid advice. Yeah, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate
Hmm.
that. Cool.
Hmm.
We'll wrap things up. So, everyone who's watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Alison, for letting me giving me the shot to interview you.
Yeah,
Um,
no problem.
Perfect, perfect. If you're watching this right now, then what I want you to do, if you're interested in working together or finding out about the program, then all I want you to do is just scroll down. There should be a button to book a call with the team right now. You'll jump on a call like Alison did, and we'll see if it's a fit for you and your market. So
Do
yeah,
it.
perfect. Do it, do it, do it. That's the words from Alison. Thank you for jumping on, Alison, and see you
No
later.
problem. All right.
Bye.
See ya.